Yeah. That reminds me of that dumb TikTok video going around for a long time. That I'm gonna sit back with a blunt. Blunt. Um, I was watching T Pain and he was making a video. It was a while back, and he was making a video about how he streams in all these different rooms. And I was taking a look at it, and I was thinking, man, having a streaming room just for racing and a streaming room for 3D printing, a streaming room for VR. And hey, look, if you're really into gaming, it was an excellent video. But I'm a YouTuber who hates YouTube. And yeah, I know, right? No, it's because I'm getting old, okay? I'm getting to the kids on my lawn part. I'm getting there. No, really, honestly, I'm starting to turn into a little bit of a softy. Having people in your life, the more you get into it, it's just stop caring about the superficial stuff so much. But don't get me wrong, I am I'm not gonna be like demeaning, but I'm gonna say I want what all of us don't want. Okay, you know what I mean? I want to be able to not do shit and get paid to do not shit. You know what I mean? I want to hop on here, make a random video about French fries, and be on my way. Be on my way. But I've been thinking about this. I don't even think that people who make content as well, I don't think they want to do that. I don't think a lot of us, and I could be wrong, but I think a lot of us don't want to. It's not about working a 9 to 5. It's not, because I don't even think a lot of people even make it like making content. Like, who wants to have everything rely if they show up on streaming? I don't know. I know some streamers, but they don't even enjoy every fucking day like getting on here and be like, all right guys, today we're gonna play. you know I don't care who you are. It is very hard to enjoy that same thing every single day. I used to stream all the time, right, back in the day. And I can tell you, after streaming so much, I had a beautiful studio set up. Now you see my studio. My studio looks a lot better now. But I used to do all this extra shit. I used to get off work and be like, I can't wait to stream. And then after a while, it's just kind of like, okay, I kind of wish I could stream without actually having to be there. I wish I could make videos and not be there. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've had this same mindset. Like, if I could get the perfect scenario, I just work for a company that pays me to make videos. That what MCNs used to be before they started scamming everybody and taking their money and being assholes. Um, yeah, I want to be that. So that would have been my dream scenario. Like, hey, just pay me my whatever amount. I don't even care how much it is, as long as it's more than enough for me to be able to save money. I don't really care about being super wealthy. You just pay me what I'm worth. If I'm bringing in numbers, just pay me that. But the whole my video could make me $10,000 this month, or my video can make me maybe not $5, but maybe this video can make me $10,000 a month. Maybe this video is gonna pay me $3,000 a month, and depending on how many videos I make, is gonna determine how much money I make. Now I got to go into this grind mindset. But however, you have to have a certain amount of money to be able to retire on, if you want to just walk away from all of it all the time and go live in the forest. So you have to be waiting to get to that magical number. And while you're doing that, you're slowly dying inside because you're like, damn, I'm literally making videos just for this. And then you kind of have to weigh your options, right? Do I grind for a small period of my life and miss out on all these moments? And then what if I get to the end of that grinding moment and I die? Like, yes, I finally got enough, you know? It's like, damn. But then there's the other side of you is like, I just kind of want to do whatever the fuck I want to because I'm me. I'm better. And say, like, I just kind of want to get paid to just exist. And it's kind of like, for me personally, I don't mind working. I really don't. I really don't mind working. Like, I don't mind putting in work, but it has to be something I like. Yeah. What? But yeah, I kind of want to do it in something I actually enjoy doing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, making these videos is fun. Like, this part of me, yeah, because on this channel, I just make shit. I just do whatever I want. I love this. Because I'm just trying to help people, maybe get out some thoughts, maybe help you work through your thoughts so you don't have to go to GPT, which will just regurgitate what you just said. Hey, and listen, hey, by the way, this video has no direction. So if you're expecting a straight line path to my point. Not gonna happen, but we will get there. But I use ChatGPT. I do. Not for videos, not anything. But not anything. I do use it for ideas. Like I do type in, hey, I fucking hate this. And it may say, hey, you know what? It's okay to hate this. And I'm like, okay, cool, right? I do want to warn you though. Because I know, people who use ChatGPT for thumbnails and all that other bullshit. Just be careful. Do not use ChatGPT as a therapist. Okay, I pretty much fell into that hole until I finally had to go talk to real human beings, and I'm like, ChatGPT is just gonna regurgitate what it's just lines. It's just coding and lines. It's not a real person. It may tell you to do something that you shouldn't do, but you think you should do it because you're feeling self-hate, or sometimes you're feeling yourself too much. You know what I mean? And so sometimes it can kind of push you in a direction you think you should go, and you be like, no, that's the way I should go because this is how I feel about it. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't use it, baby. Do whatever you want to do. Just be careful, okay? So that's why I make these videos for. Because I want to show you the crazy. I'm chronically online, unfortunately. And I am a chronic GPT user, unfortunately. So, going back to what I was saying. So being a content creator and doing all this stuff, man, yeah, man, I just wish I could just hop on here and do all this. And I've done what the Gary V's and all the people said back in the day. And, bro, I just get tired of... I don't get tired of working hard. I get tired of listening to what other people tell me to do, and it's not their fault. It's mine. Because I decided I'm going to get on YouTube and watch 18 self-help videos, right? I feel like I'm going to go read 13 reasons why. You fall into these constantly trying to improve yourself, and you end up doing nothing. And then it turns into like I wouldn't say a resentment, but it does turn into a annoyance. Right, you get tired of watching videos. You get tired of seeing people say, hey guys, I'm so glad I'm on YouTube, or I'm so glad I'm a streamer and I get to do whatever the fuck I want anytime I want. And it just gets annoying because it's like, but you put yourself in this position, and now you find yourself being like, yeah, F 9 to 5s. You know what I mean? You find yourself saying, F working for the man, F this, F that, and it's just because you just want control over your time. That's what I want. I don't care about the work part. If I could take 40 hours a week and just split it up however I want to out of the 7 days of the week, I think most people will be okay with that. Like, that flexibility tends to lead to a little bit more satisfaction in your job. It's the sitting down and going. Now the problem is, you do get that with YouTube if you ever get to that point, or content creation if you ever get to that point, or even a corporate job if you ever get to that point. The problem is you're still somewhat under shackles, because it really depends on you. Do you care how this video performs? If not, you'll probably be free. You don't have no shackles. You might be somebody who, spouse works and you don't have to, you know what I mean? On either side. So you don't really have the shackles. You make videos with it because you want to. But even after that, even for me, like, I get tired of this. One day I want to walk away. You know what I mean? One day I don't want to make videos ever again. Except for maybe once every few months and be like, hey guys, life is all right. All right, see ya. But no, of course, that's why I'd rather just get paid, man. That's why I'd rather just people just say, hey, Trey, here's money, make videos, and then shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be cool to me. I would totally be fine with that, because then I get paid a stable amount. Let me sign this 1-year contract, 2-year contract, and if it don't work out at the end, baby, hey, look, hey, no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? But I don't care for the entrepreneur stuff. I've never wanted to be an entrepreneur. I know you get kind of sucked into that world of, you got to build your own. Aren't you tired of making other people money? I'm cool. Call me what you want, baby. Call me a sheep if you like. I'm cool, baby. Jesus led sheep. I'm cool being a sheep. I don't have to be a sheep that wants to be a lion. Baby, you got to know your place. And I'm a sheep. I'm not trying to be no lion. I'm not trying to go out there and scourge for myself. And if I slip up and break my leg, I'm dead. No, I need a shepherd, baby. I need a shepherd to push me forward, okay? I'm cool. Okay, that's fine. Type B personality, call me what you want. Baby, let me be a sheep and live the good life with all my other sheep friends as we go do sheep shit, okay? Let me do that. You can go out there, be a lion, and hunt for everything you got to. I pray to God that you don't slip, because if you slip, them hyenas gonna be on your ass and they gonna rip you to shreds, and they not gonna be gentle. Oh no, they not gonna be gentle. They not gonna nibble on you. They gonna bite you and rip, and just keep doing that until you just scream in pain and agony, and then your lights go out, and that's how you go. Okay, that's the animal kingdom. You want to go out there and be in the animal kingdom, man? I saw a bear the other day eating a fish. Right? Listen, I am such a hypocrite because I don't like that. I don't like hurting animals, but here I am. I eat fish. I'm, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm a softie, but I'm not that soft. You know what I mean? I'm not the one doing it. But nonetheless, I can't even be against fishermen. At least they give you the hook. I mean, the fish do have to suffocate and die. I mean, there's no, but as an animal, sometimes there's just no easy way to go out, baby. You either go out like that or you get eaten in half. I mean, there's just no easy way to do it. So I'm not against people who hunt or fish or anything. But anyway, I'm watching this bear eat this fish. It pulls it out of the river and bites it and just rips the skin off. Can you imagine being that fish? Can you imagine that's your life in the animal kingdom? You know how scared you be. You would be having panic attacks every day because you can't get hurt and you damn sure can't get old. That's why things don't get old. The only animals that really get old in the animal kingdom are like tortoises and elephants. You know what I'm saying? The big elephants. I love elephants, by the way. They're the coolest animal. Go look them up. But elephants and tortoises, they be okay. They live a long ass life. They might live the most boring life, for a matter of fact. Lions, they live an exhilarating life because one slip, they're dead. You know what I mean? That could be exhilarating and scary. Same thing with like gazelles and stuff like that. It's like, I better not go to sleep at the wrong time, and I better stay in shape. You know what I mean? Anyway, going off to that rabbit hole, I want to be a sheep. So yeah, just pay me to make videos. I will be entertaining for my few little hours. Just make sure I get my paid vacations, and I'm cool. Man, you know what I mean? Put me on the Daily Wire. No, I'm kidding. I would be horrible at that show. But put me on a show where I can be with the other cast of people. We talk about a certain subject. We laugh, we giggle, maybe sip a little wine and move on. No, I don't like alcohol, but still. Yeah. So that's how it is, man. I don't really think that people really care for, and like I said, the T-Pain thing I mentioned earlier, I think that's beautiful. If you're really that obsessed with gaming, let me not say obsessed, that's rude. If you really love gaming that much and you love streaming and you love putting on a show, that is the perfect house for you. What is my perfect house? I would like a house in like the country. No 2 stories. I don't do 2 stories. I don't want steps. I want flat land. Okay, flat. I want to be able to walk in. I don't want to carry nothing up the stairs. Nothing. There's a word for it, but I'm not forgetting the word. But I just want a ranch house. I think that's what you call it. Just flat. No stairs. Not going up to the porch. None of that. Nope. I do not want to. You know what? I can have stairs going up to like the back side of the porch. But I want big old doors. Not saying I want a big ass house. I just want big enough doors where I can move a couch in. I don't want to have to do all that angling-ish. It don't have to be like a fancy big door. It can be a garage door. I don't care how it has to work. I just want to be able to move in a couch without me having to do all this angling doing it and snap my back. No, I want to be able to move stuff in even when I'm 70 years old. If I can still move, I want to be able to move things in because I don't want to have to one twist to the back or one twist to the ankle. That's it. I'm getting eaten alive by hyenas. No. So I want to, that's all I really want. A big door where I can move stuff in. A little bit of land. I don't know if I want to grow my own food yet. I've been watching videos on that, and that shit looks super complicated. I'd rather have somebody teach me, and then I do it, and then I can get rolling, which I think that's how it works anyway. But yeah, that's probably about what I want. And then, honestly, go to the local church and maybe do some vacuuming and cleaning. I know that sounds super lame, but I don't know. I've always found it cool. I've always enjoyed watching people be servants. And I am, once again, a sheep, okay? I love doing servant stuff, but I don't want to be seen. I don't want nobody to know I'm doing it. I want to vacuum in the dark at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if people go, wow, this place looks, I don't care about none of that. I care about just making the place look nice so people can enjoy what they're doing, you know? I wouldn't mind being a maintenance man who fixes the AC so everybody ain't burning up. You know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff I like doing. I like doing stuff behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, you know. This front facing stuff is cool every now and then, but you know, and now that I think about it, and no, this video I told you has no point, so I don't know when it's gonna end. But you know, when I think about it, if I could have like a dream job, it no, I don't want to. I don't want. I would love to be like maybe part of a TV show, but I'm just like a behind the scenes cameraman. Like I think I live with that. Like that'd be cool. Like I'm making the show good. I'm doing the camera right, and people enjoy the show. I get to see these people have fun, maybe every now and then. But you know, the part that would be killing me though is sometimes I want to get up there and have fun. So, you know, it's not about the front facing part. It's just sitting up there and laughing with people, and we're just showing people how to have a good time and laugh. So I probably enjoy that more. To be honest, actually. But that's it. I don't want the pressure of. I want the TV show. I want the people who want to make the numbers better. I want that to be their job. You hired me on to make people laugh. If I can do that better, you can tell me like, hey, maybe think about saying this. I'm cool with that. That's fine. I don't mind no criticism. But I don't want to have to be the whole purpose of how this show runs. Like, if it ain't me, then the show don't run. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not. No, just like I want to be part of the crew. I don't have to be the. I don't have to be the TV. I don't have to be the star. You know what I mean? The name of this channel is the Camp Arm. I just want to help the other quarterbacks get where they need to get. You know what I mean? I don't care about being the star. I just want to make enough money and get it going. Like, so I don't have to be the star of the show. If I can, I don't mind being the host. I just ask my questions. Hey, so Michael, what do you think about this? And then I'll throw in a little bit of joke. I'll throw a quick joke in there, quick funny joke. Like, I heard rabbits have ears, but the ears don't have rabbits. And then say that, and say maybe a couple people chuckle, and then they answer the question, do all the hard work. And then I just, you know, I'm just there for comedic relief. That's it. Baby, that's my life. I'm just comedic relief. That's it. That's all I'm trying to be. And behind that, after the show's over, I actually help shut it down. I clean off the table, I mop up the floors, do my little ish, and go home to my family. And baby, that's it. That's really the simple stuff in life. That's what I used to do. Growing up, that's what I mainly did. I was a janitor. I was the maintenance guy. Not a maintenance guy. What do you call it? A groundskeeper. Um, That's all I really much did. I didn't really talk to people, and I just kind of did my own thing. Now it gets lonely. I agree with that. It does get lonely, but that's why you have to go hang out with friends. You need to look forward to something, whether that be your family or something. I'm not saying go do this stuff and just be isolated from the world. I'm not saying that, but yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to do a ton of events. I used to just set up and put them down. That was my favorite part. I used to show up early, set everything up, and you know have a good time. And then after it was all over, I'd help shut everything down. And when everything was done, that's when you really get to talk to people and have a good time. Is when you're cleaning up and finally when everything's done, you can say goodbye, good night. Oh, that used to be my favorite ish, and I got full of myself and thought I was too good for that kind of shit, so I stopped doing that kind of stuff. I stopped going to things because I was like, man, I'm too good for this, bro. I was a young man in my 20s, feeling myself, thinking I was that dog. And it led me to a lot of isolation and misery. And sucks, because that's kind of where I ended up now. But, you know, slowly but surely, you learn, you live and you learn. You make mistakes, you move on. And that's where I'm at now, so. Anyway, the purpose was, yeah, I don't really enjoy the pressures of making these videos. I understand some people love that. I just don't, and I get so sick of like these. I love this channel. This channel's easy because I just really throw up a video and whatever, however it performs, I don't really give a damn. But other channels that I've had, it's a lot of pressure because you're like, man, it just takes one video for me to be able to have control over my own time in life instead of having to go to this 8-hour job and look at this one screen all day long. I hate it, bro. I don't hate 9 to 5s. I hate just sitting at one spot and you get a 30-minute break and a 15-minute break, and it's just like, it's just draining. I've been doing it for years, and it's just draining. And what you gotta do what you gotta do. But the only way I can get out of that is one break goes my way, you know. I've done the whole grinding thing, and from what I can tell, that just don't work because you end up being something you just don't want to be. I made 3,000 videos and I never saw anything. You know what I mean? So it's just like I deleted that whole channel because it was just such a burden on my back, and like it was weighing me down because I spiraled out of control, becoming this grindy guy, and then I made all these videos on people, commentary videos, and I just felt bad at the end of the day. And I can tell you, man, getting rid of that channel. Of course, it had a lot of memories that came with it, but I think memories are overrated. I feel like, let me explain myself. I feel like having memories of everything that you ever do is kind of overrated. It kind of ruins the moment. Like for certain things, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having pictures and stuff, but everything you do, like that's the thing. That's why I don't want to stream because it's like my whole life is on the internet. It feels like I don't want people donating money for me being personal. I don't want that. And so that's kind of how I feel with all those videos. Like I was finally able to I still have all those videos and backed up somewhere, but I'm not gonna go looking for them. I'm glad I can finally walk away from it and be like, okay, finally, because now it feels like I can just make videos and when I want to, and there's just something good about that because I've always enjoyed making videos, but not like that. I always used to make videos just like this, where I didn't show people clips. I didn't show clips of other people's content. I never made my channel become you came to watch me watch something. I never wanted my channel to be that. I wanted it to be, hey, if you enjoy watching me, or you want to have a good laugh and act like you're talking with a friend for a few minutes, then watch my channel. That was always my purpose. And then somewhere along the lines, I'm sorry guys, my freaking mustache is getting all in my freaking mouth. At some point, I just eventually just said, screw it, I'm gonna start talking about people, and I started being part of this drama. Next thing you know, I'm talking about people I do not care about or situations I do not care about, and I just found myself going for the views and the numbers. And every time my channel started to blow up a little bit, like I started seeing the numbers go up, I got like this feeling in my stomach, and like it made me want to puke. Like it just like I felt so fraudulent against myself, and I was just like, man, I can't even enjoy making these videos because it's like, at some point you get big because you show other people's content. You know what I mean? Like even if I talk for 40 minutes and I only show 5 minutes of somebody's content, I didn't like that. I didn't like that because then you start looking at the comment section and everybody's just talking about the clips you showed, and I just like, no, I'm not gonna let somebody else drive my channel, um, or YouTube channel that YouTube allowed me to have. At the end of the day, it's still YouTube daddy over here. No matter how you slice it, you can never fully own anything. At some point, if somebody wants to take it from you, they can. It is what it is. But that's fine. God created everything, so I own nothing anyway, so it's all good. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's just how I feel. And I'm hoping. Actually, I don't have to hope anymore. I'm doing exactly what I want to. This is the kind of videos I love making, and if it never works out, meaning I never get that control over my time and I have to sit in front of a computer screen every damn day of my life, um, suffer through it, brother. I'm gonna make sure this time that I don't just spiral out of control and let it get to me. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just love hugging my daughter. I just love sitting in bed with my wife. But don't we all? Like I'm nobody special. Not like, oh, I'm that special kind of guy. No, I'm just an old school redditor, not a 4chaner. Those guys are different, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I got nothing else to say. I'm over here playing with my camera. So goodbye.